Okay, here we go. Dee-ba-dee-ba-bum. So it's always tough. Are we alive yet? I think we're alive yet. Now we're alive. Yet. Sort of.
I don't know. I can never tell when
It's I
actually
never.
alive.
How do you start these things? That's always the biggest issue.
Did you actually start it? Yep, it started.
Yeah, we're up. We're cooking. See it? We're all there. Tolowit's looking at you right now.
Is he really?
He really is there, Bob. Hey, everybody. Okay, so I assume we're started properly.
We are. Dave says we're on.
Okay.
We are live.
You're live.
Hi,
I'm Mike Meyers, and this is...
Scott Jernigan. We're here for the Monday Ask Mike Anything. So he's Mike. Ask him questions. Type in the live feed. Why are we here, Mike?
We're here so that those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus, Scott, can continue our studies.
Excellent.
That's what it's all about.
I think that's a fine idea.
So is it still Columbus Day, or is it now Indigenous Peoples Day?
Indigenous
It's in
Peoples.
3 states.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
For 3 states. We're not even going to try. Not even going to try.
Politically correct? Politically
No,
not.
you know, I'm not sure this one's even politically correct. It's like, there's a certain point where it's like, like when, how McCarthyism ended when they were, Joseph McCarthy, the senator, was grilling this U.S. Army guy.
Yeah.
And the Army guy goes, well, this young man is not a communist, and he's a good person, and he's got a career ahead of him. What are you going to stop? When does it all end, Senator? So I think we need one of those. At some point, we're going to go, when does it all end?
So, as far as questions go, we specialize in Comptia certifications like ITF Plus, A Plus, Networkplus, Security Plus. We can go beyond that into CYSA Plus, Pentest Plus, Cloud Plus, whatever plus you want to go. We do other things besides certifications.
I can do it nonplussed, though.
Oh.
It was right there.
Wow.
I saw some new names on the chat, so I was like...
Got all excited.
Well, I can throw out some of my old jokes again. I got new blood.
New blood for old jokes.
I only have 10 jokes, Scott. Come on. You've heard them.
I know.
And they just keep getting funnier.
That's right, Mr. President, they do.
That's right. Good answer there, Rumpf. So anyway, guys...
Oh, so stay away from politics, even though we started with that.
Oh.
And religion. Anything else, fair game. Keep it G-ish, PG-ish at the most in the chat. In the background is Senior Instructor Dave Rush. He'll be moderating the forum and posting things for us and for you. Only moderators can post links. Switch your chat from top chat to live chat.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah, top chat is YouTube's little nanny and automatic censoring. So some of the things will just get filtered out. Like subnetting gets filtered out for some unknown reason. I don't know.
Are you trying to subnet the
Internet?
internet?
Yes.
We actually are. That sounds subversive.
All right. Are you going to keep playing?
I am.
Okay, just checking. We have questions. We have people.
We have questions already.
People.
And I see some new faces. And yes, guys, we have giveaways. We are going to be giving away free practice questions today. We're going to be giving away a voucher today. So definitely be aware that those are there for you. So, and I see some Taha. That's a new name. It's 202. And there was another new name I saw in there. Wen87. We've seen Wen87 before. Killer on Road. I'm going to make my comments rated R for redacted. Yeah, I like that.
I love it.
AR at 204. Let's just go right in there. Is the A+ exam materials on your website applicable to the UK exam? There's only one exam. There's only one A+ exam. The one that they do in the UK is the same as the one they do in the United States. So, yes. There's no such thing as a UK exam.
The only thing that is not applicable to the UK from our website is the vouchers that we sell there. We only sell, the vouchers are good for the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico. We don't do international vouchers yet.
We're working on it.
But we can steer you in that direction. On the other hand, the voucher that we are going to give away today, that Mike is going to give away today, is for anywhere.
Have you no sense of decency? That's it. Gino, thank you, man. I was trying to remember what that line was.
Awesome. So who's here today We have the new people. That's awesome. Telowitz here early. Edwin, hello. Alan Duggan. Matt, good to see you. Andrew Hutz is here. Alex Norton.
I got to do my obligatory yawns.
Right. Matthew Patrick. Gino, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Gino Rod.
Gino Rod. Joey Quetzel is here. It's 2 p.m. somewhere. Yeah, we were almost late.
Edwin, passed my Pen Test Plus today.
Woo! Congratulations, Edwin.
Well
That's
done,
awesome.
man. That's not an easy exam.
No. That's great.
That is well done, Edwin.
Talk, Mike, while I'm typing.
I just like watching you type so much. I'm entranced. Anyway, guys, so you can see we start here at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time. We run till 3 o'clock or until the questions run out. So do keep in mind that we need questions to keep going here. If we run out of questions, it's no big deal. We just end it a little early. Or if we have a lot of questions, we can run past 3 o'clock. If you're the shy type, just send me an email, michaelm@totalsem.com. You can send your questions there. You can send them in real time. I monitor my email as we go. Also, my gamer name is Senor Pepe, and I'm Des Weds at just about everything you could possibly imagine. So feel free to send those in. I'm going to be checking my email.
So at 2:02, SK Total Wellness popped in, said, hi, Mike and Scott. This is Saidu Kone from Timbuktu.
Yes, I know I do.
Awesome. Good to see you.
All these interesting...
Avocado is here. Jobs Plus. Avocado. Alucard, excellent. Good to see you. Win87, hello. Maven Feliciano, hello. On time today. This is good, right? Being on time is important.
I'm scrolling through my email, make sure I'm not missing anybody today. Why they have to...
Okay, so AVNut at 2:06 asks, my studying has stalled. Any suggestions on how to get motivated again?
Yeah, schedule your exam. I mean, if there's one absolute guaranteed way to do it, schedule your exam, and better than that, put down $400 or $600 or whatever it is now for your 2 vouchers, assuming A+. And then you'll find yourself lots of motivation, especially when you find yourself paying money for vouchers. That will do it more than anything else.
Right.
And it's Rodiger. Gino Rodiger.
Well, okay. Rodiger.
Tiggy at 2:06. Mike, will you be killing this Halloween? I kill it all times, not just Halloween. I killed him in Schenectady.
Yes, you did. His one and only stint as a stand-up comedian. Killed him.
I forget to take a left turn in Albuquerque.
Voiti, I did do all my Comptia A+ training. Took him a month, or her a month. They, Senor Pepe. Okay, so Win87 at 2:07. By the way, we'll read out the timestamp. That if you're not seeing it, it's because you haven't toggled it on. The 3 little dots on the top right corner of the chat window, called a kebab, right, or a
Ellipse.
vertical ellipses. Just click that and you can turn on timestamps. We're always a little behind where the questions are being asked in the feed, so by saying the timestamp, it lets you know where we're at, whether we've skipped your question or not, and if we have skipped your question, just ask it again. Yeah, YouTube scrolling is a little bit challenging. Anyway, at 2:07, Win87 asks, I have a simple question. What's the best way, not the easy way, the best way to pass Networkplus? Any good tips?
Well, it's not Networkplus, it's any IT certification. You need 3 things. You need a book, you need videos, and you need practice questions. And people say, well, I've done it without those, and that's like running to the guy who's like, well, I play golf with a 3-wood, a 4-iron, and a putter. He's only got those 3 clubs. And it's like, well, I guess you can play golf with only 3 clubs, but why do that to yourself, right? And it's the same thing with IT certification. Without your 3 major things, you're asking for trouble. Book, videos, and practice questions. How you use those really is up to you. When everybody's different. Some people are readers. They like to initiate by reading, and then maybe they have a system in front of them. They're reading and they're looking at a system while they're reading. Other people like to watch videos, and then they're going to go through the videos. But the practice questions are really the important thing that you need to make sure that you know what you're talking about. There's lots of practice questions out there. We sell them. In fact, we're going to give some away today. But there's lots of people out there who sell good quality practice questions. I think that the Mike Meyers questions are the best, but that's me. So neater. So that's really, those are the good tips, is, use those 3 things in a way that works best for you.
Excellent. Teresa Reynolds, I failed my network at 208. I failed my Networkplus twice. Blah is right. That's too bad. But I just started a job with a cable internet company as an enterprise network support specialist. Excellent.
Yeah, Teresa, that's the important thing, is you've got to get work. Teresa, I worry when I hear people say they fail something twice. I mean, it happens. I've done it on a few certifications where I failed them twice. So, Teresa, what would make me nervous is, have you been using my practice questions? Because
that would make me nervous.
Void T, which one of you is Mike?
Oh, he's Mike. I'm Scott.
I'm Mike Meyers.
He's the name on the book. I'm the other guy inside the book.
So Void T obviously doesn't watch any videos, huh?
Well, he's looking at it now.
I wonder how he managed to sneak on you. I'll bet Void T had a buddy who's like, hey man, they're giving away vouchers.
Right?
And Void T's like, I'm there.
Okay, so at 209, Matt asks, how do I know when I'm ready to take the Security Plus exam? I've been getting about 70 to 80% on all the practice tests. Do you mean the total seminars? Practice tests?
Yeah, we don't know whose practice questions you're talking about. That would make a big difference on how to respond to that. If they were total seminars practice questions, I'd like to see a little better than 80%, probably more like 85 to 90% would make me happy. 70% would be too low, absolutely too low.
Yep. And others have been asking or answering as well. An avocado, always with the joke, the best way to pass the exam is to answer the questions correctly.
Technically correct, but you have no friends.
Awesome. Okay, so at 210, Rahabar Buyan asks, I passed ITF Plus. Can I get a job with it, or did I just waste my time, money, and energy? Let's tackle the first one first. ITF Plus is not a job-oriented certification. It doesn't have a specific job role. In other words, that doesn't mean that you're not already ready to be a level 1 tech support, which you are, just from having passed that first exam. But it doesn't have a specific job waiting for you. I can go to that help desk, or I can go to this network thing job right away. So the other part of that question is, did I just waste my time, money, and energy? I would say not in the least. In fact, getting the ITF Plus, it's an inexpensive, relatively, exam.
Yeah, how much is the exam for ITF?
$50.
Like 50 bucks, so it's pretty cheap. So definitely, go ahead.
It gives you a great insight into how Comptia asks questions. So when it's a high stakes exam, like $400 that you just shelled out for 2 A+ certification vouchers, and you really don't want to fail that exam, you'll know. You'll get a sense of how they're going to ask questions, what they're looking for, the sort of sometimes weird phrasing of things, and that's important just to get that under your belt. The second thing is success. You just passed an exam, your first step in certification. So again, that's helpful too. You know you can do it, therefore hit A+ or hit Networkplus, whatever your next step is. And time studying A+, for example, and Networkplus both build on the foundation set up in ITF Plus. So again, none of that is wasted. Hope that answered your question. They're talking about your glasses, by the way.
I'm reading. I'm reading. I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm actually already to about 213, Scoot.
Okay.
As you can see, they're all...
Killer on Road at 211. I haven't read a book this long in a decade. Wait till you see the next edition. Our publisher hates us. almost done with Mike's A-plus exam guide. How did you write all those books behind you?
One at a time.
Yeah.
One
Lots of time.
That's almost 30 years of work behind us there. So we've been at it for a while.
Yep. You're welcome, Win. You have to explain the jokes, Dave. They don't go over well.
Yeah, Dave has that kind of a sense of humor, you know.
Dave is a very funny guy. He's funny on the feed, and even funnier in person. Okay, you're at 213 with Hydra Hussein. As an IT fan myself, what would you say are the benefits to doing a Comptia course?
Well, you do a Comptia course because you're going for certifications. In our IT industry, particularly with those of us who are looking to break into the industry who don't have, 4-year college degrees or don't want to become programmers, IT certifications have definitely become the way that we can put something on our chest to show that we have a certain amount of skill set.
We get badges?
Badges? I'm not going
Okay, you're not going to go there. All right.
We don't need no stinking badges. Okay,
He went there.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
Wow.
So the problem is you're saying, should I take a Comptia course? A, does he mean a course made by Comptia as opposed to one of our courses? Or does he mean like an A-plus course, whether it's done by Comptia or me or whatever? The only reason you would take a course is to pursue the certification. We pursue the certifications to allow those of us who are trying to hire us, either as employees or as contractors, whatever it might be, a way to show that you have some skill set in that particular area. That's true for all certifications, not even just IT certifications. It could be nursing certifications. It all still plays the same way. A percentage of people out there require certifications as employment. Not everybody.
Yeah.
So that's the goal and motivation there.
So I was wrong on the ITF Plus voucher price, by the way, or the price of the exam is $125. So that's not an inexpensive exam, but it is a good exam. So thank you. In the back channel.
How much is it?
$125. Wow. Yep. Right. That's retail. You can get a voucher.
I can get it for you wholesale.
There you go. I like it.
I'm going to turn this down.
Yes, please. Voight at 213. Let me say, 1 hour to take a Comptia exam is very short. This is another reason to use the practice exams, because we write the practice exams much like the Comptia questions are written.
But the Comptias are 90 minutes, right?
I think they're 90 minutes.
Pretty sure they're 90.
Yeah, so 90 minutes for the exam, plus if you're taking it as, if you're taking it in a language that's not your native language, you can request and automatically get granted an extra half an hour. So, depending on where you're at on that one. What do we have here next?
What's this? I don't even know what that means.
So, Win87 asks at 214, if you buy the Comptia exam retake, how many times can you fail it? Sorry for the silly question.
I've never even heard of an exam retake.
I think it's if you buy directly from Comptia, you can opt to spend another X amount of dollars for a oops and a retake, and I believe it is a single retake. Mike is actually looking it up right now, so there you go.
So I'm not familiar with a special retake deal. What I can tell you this is, if you need to retake an exam, there's no waiting period. You can literally just sit down and retake it.
Right.
But I don't see anything called a Comptia exam retake. Yeah, if somebody has some actual legitimate link to that, I'd be very interested to see that.
Joey, 216. I never passed any of the practice tests, but I still managed to pass the certification. Yeah, practice the PBQs. That's important.
Performance-based questions.
Performance-based questions. Those are the questions that are Comptia asks you to do something practical, like set up a Soho router, set up a wireless access point, that kind of thing. So you need to be able to do all of those things. We have a product called Total Sims that has a lot of that same kind of stuff in it. Our competitors also have products as well, so not shilling product here, just letting you know that there are ways to practice ahead of time. So 217, Richard Bro asks, might be a weird question, but why are the exams launched before books are out? How do they expect you to pass the exam without the up-to-date book?
Well, first of all, if an exam comes out, that means the old exam is still valid for a certain amount of time. Okay?
Typically 6 months.
Let's go with the new Networkplus that just came out.
Okay.
All right? So the old Networkplus is still valid until when? Next year.
Yeah, it's a full year this time with NetPlus.
So in the certification world, with the extremely rare exceptions, people don't care what exam you took. No one's going to ask you, did you take the 007 or the 008 Networkplus? They want to know if it's a network. They want to know if you've taken Networkplus, but they don't care what version you've taken. Nobody cares what version you've taken. I've had one person come back to me and say someone cared.
Right.
So when a new test comes out, you do not want to take the new test at least for 3 months. Because number one, the people who make the training materials, we have no insight that you don't have. We literally write our training materials based on the same objectives that you guys get. Now, we can sometimes get some information from Comptia, but it's very broad and doesn't really allow us to have any kind of real insight. So the bottom line is, when the new objectives come out, the only thing we get is more time. We get to look at the objectives well before they're published because we're writing books and shooting videos and such.
Right.
So the problem we run into, and our competitors run into the same problem, it takes a while to write a book, even if it's just a new edition. It takes a while to write practice questions. It doesn't happen instantaneously and overnight, so it does tend to pan out that a lot of people notice that when an exam first pops, there's a lot of books that have not come out yet. Usually when a new exam comes out, maybe 1 or 2 people have managed to sneak their book out in time. But for the most part, they all tend to hit about at the same time. Bottom line, don't take it. When a new exam comes out, do not take it. Nobody knows what's particularly on there. We get all these ugly surprises that show up on the practice questions. And while, of course, we sign an NDA, but that doesn't mean that we can't tweak questions in practice banks or update a video. It's kind of hard to update a book, but we make changes to make sure that we track better to the book. You do not want to take a new exam. There's no benefit, and stop thinking that way.
A couple of corrections. One, the Comptia retake program is done by private entities who are basically just asking you to buy insurance. That's what they're doing. So it's like getting a warranty.
How much do you pay?
It depends on the vendor. Comptia's teaching arm also has the same program or a similar program. So you can look into that as well if you're feeling shaky. Or you can just study a little longer and take it and get it right the first time. Also, most Comptia exams are 90 minutes long. As we noted, ITF Plus is the exception to that, and it's only 60 minutes, as somebody mentioned in the feed as well. So there we go.
David Mohan's here.
Yay.
Yay.
Gregor's semantic.
Semantic. Don't make it hard.
Okay. Hi. Good to see you.
Gregor, it's good to see you again, man.
Who has an update. Passed both A+ exams. Congratulations. That's awesome.
More importantly,
he's currently working, yes, on Windows 10 deployment project and starting a new job as a first and second line support analyst. That's awesome.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Well done, Gregor.
Thanks for the update.
Killer on the road. Whoa, an extra 30 minutes? Time to break out my mediocre Japanese for easy mode.
I like it.
Yeah, but then you'd actually have to take it in Japanese.
Yeah, because if English is your first language, and you also can do poorly in Japanese,
Yeah, that's a tough call, man.
that is a tough call.
Killer on Road is making a joke, and here we are mauling it with realistic.
Logic.
Yeah.
Single retake. Kathy Yale is our director of marketing and sales, and she just popped in as Total Seminars channel, and she says the retake policy is a single retake, as I mentioned. Carla Rain is here. We can get the party started. This is great.
Let's get this party started.
Thank you, Patricia Grace, for the update on the some extra information there. San Fofana is here. Hello. Oh, okay. If that's true, David Mohan, I envy you.
What did David Mohan
I
say?
managed to get a first-line support help desk in a football stadium. That's awesome.
If it was anybody but David Mohan, I'd be like, good for you. Wait a minute.
He means football, as in like the game.
No, I didn't care about that part. I'm okay with you Europeans and your strange... but still.
No. It's the Americans with their strange football.
It is.
Yeah.
I think we're quickly reaching time for our first...
First giveaway. What?
Let's give things away.
Should we give things away?
I want to give things away.
Oh, Mike, it's like
I'm a
Christmas in
giver.
October.
I'm a giver.
Okay.
Here's me, and I'm giving, So I'd like to, let's give away some practice questions. All right, so guys, if you want in on practice questions, here's the deal. Basically, I'm going to change the rules a little bit. So we've got about 4 or 5 new people, or new-ish people, all right?
All right.
I'm going to give them a priority. If any of the newish people post in the first 5 people to answer, I'm going to give them a priority.
Okay.
Okay, so folks, so here's what happens. We're about to give away 90-day access to whatever Total Seminars practice questions you want. So just about every Comptia exam we have covered. Now, there's no fair way to do this. So you're going to answer by typing an answer into the chat window. And the first person to type in the right answer wins, with the caveat is that if it's a new person or a person I haven't seen for a while and therefore I feel that they're new, they will also have a shot. Sunny and Mango, man. It's everybody's. All right, so here's how this is going to work. So you guys just type in an answer, and remember, it's multiple choice. Do not type A, B, C, or D. You actually have to type enough of the actual answer so I know what you're talking about. So here we go. You guys ready? Let's do this.
All right, let's do this.
All right. Whoopsie. As part of this is an A+ question, by the way. As part of the response to discovering prohibited content, evidence is gathered and someone must track and record any movement of evidence from person to person. This is called data preservation, chain of custody, first response, or data device preservation. All right, guys, write out an answer. Do not type in A, B, C, or D.
Scroll it down a little bit so I can see the question.
Oh, I can't quite get it to... There we go.
Okay, good.
Give people a moment there, Scott.
I will.
Remember, guys, we're going for free practice questions on this one. Are they still typing? Looks like we're kind of slowing down there a little bit. All right.
They're typing.
Let's call it. We
Okay.
have enough people who
All
typed
right.
in the right answer. I'm pretty sure this is chain of custody. Let's look at the assistant window. Check your answer. B is correct. Yay. All right, so the answer is chain of custody. All right, now, Scott, remember the trick here.
Right.
So congratulations to all of you guys, but we got to pick one, and we have to pick somebody who's new in the first 5.
That's not very hard to do.
Voiti.
Okay,
All right.
number 1.
So Voiti, congratulations. You are the first person. You're the new person, and so there's no argument that you've won. So Voiti, in order to get your prize, okay, Voiti, are you paying attention? Here you go. Number 1, you have to send me an email.
No, Kathy.
Nope. Yes, Kathy. Gee, Scott. Here, hold on. I can do better than this. Hold on, Voight. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right, so Voight, you have to send an email to Kathy Y that's Kathy with a K, KATHYY @totalsim.com. Voight, make sure you put your YouTube name in there. So in that email, you better have the word VOY space T. And then number 3, which practice exam you wish to have. We have a large selection of practice exams for you to choose from, Voight. It is up to you to choose the ones that you want. Voight, send an email, KathyY @totalsim.com. Be sure to add your YouTube name and which practice exam you wish to have. Congratulations to you, Voight. You have won 90 days of practice question joy.
So back up to 223 on the questions.
Okay.
Reza Hossein, I'm late. Good day, you guys. Good day to you too, sir.
Good day, sir.
223, San Fofana. Good to be here for another AMA. It is good to be here.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. What is the difference between Zigbee and NFC device in matter of proximity payment?
Payment?
As in like little card reader tap things or whatever, proximity readers.
All right.
For payment.
Well, Zigbee has nothing to do with payments at all. Zigbee is used almost exclusively as a in-home technology to connect certain types of smart devices. For Zigbee in particular, we're talking about washers, dryers, hot water heaters, lots of other type of IoT devices, like for example, cameras and stuff like that are probably just going to be using 802.11, if not Bluetooth. But Zigbee is its own animal. It's encoded. It leans exclusively on IPv6. It's designed to work with devices. Technically, you cannot configure it on your own. It's up to the technicians to configure it. You need a Zigbee hub, which interestingly enough here in Houston, Texas, all of our electrical meters are Zigbee hubs. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
they're all
awesome.
hubs. They're all hubs. And so it's actually pretty cool. So that's Zigbee. NFC, or near field communication, is more of a almost exclusively a payment method, but it's not just a payment. For example, with Androids, you can tap 2 NFC-enabled devices together for data transfer, small, simple data transfer, stuff like that. But very different animal. Zigbee and payments have nothing to do with each other, and NFC does far more than just payments, although that tends to be where most people notice it because, tap or swipe or insert to pay or whatever that might be. Yeah.
Excellent. At 226, Dave Rush reminded me that we, Total Seminars, do not have a Discord channel where you can come visit and talk to us and put on your camera and your microphone and we can interact face to face. We don't have one, but there is an unofficial Total Seminars channel on Discord run by our friend Jose Braden. And at 226, Dave Rush posted the link, or a couple of links to Discord. We tend to go there after the AMAs and hang out. There's hundreds of people who are on the Discord channel. And so this is a great place for long-form questions, things that would be a little more time-consuming if you were trying to ask us to help you do a troubleshoot a particular technology issue you're having. This way you can actually say, look, this is the device, this is the thing, and point your camera and be able to interact in real time, not just with us, but with a whole bunch of really awesome people.
Yeah, I am by far not the best technician who shows up on that channel. Lots of great folks. So I'd recommend that you check that out, very much so.
So 227, Reza Hossein. No wonder you've been busy. Just got a new job. It's nights, but the opportunity is great with a really good company. Thanks for the content. It helped with my certs. So thanks from Toronto. Congratulations, Reza. That's awesome.
Yes, congratulations, Reza. Well done.
Ruben Rodriguez checked in at 227. Hello.
Hello, Ruben.
Sunny and Mango. Sunny.
Look at this working.
Look at this, man. This is great. It's a great day.
Great day.
Got a job as help desk support at the city of Denver with no IT experience. Nice. That's what help desk jobs are for, basically to get you in the door. And
yeah.
I mean, it can be a challenging environment, but it's also a great stepping stone. and a good way of honing your book-learned skills into practical IT. So very good stuff. That's Patricia changing accounts so she could be a newbie.
Yes.
Okay, and these are, there was a question in the middle of this when they were typing answers.
Yeah, guys, if we miss a question, just type it in again. It's not that big of a deal.
So here we go. Darkside at 2:30 asks, where do I take your courses, Mike, and where are they more updated? Udemy, Station X, or Total Seminars?
They're all updated at exactly the same time.
Yeah, it's the same content.
It's yeah,
Sort of.
pretty much the same content. And Darkside, we update everybody. We can't do it exactly the same time, but we get pretty close. Folks like Udemy and Total Seminars are a little bit easier because we can actually do the uploads there ourselves. Folks like Station X and lynda.com, LinkedIn, they vet our work and review it, so it usually doesn't go up as fast, but those also go up very quickly as well.
Right. So the real question is, where do you take them? You can take them on any of those platforms.
Any of them.
And boy, T, yes, you did win.
Boy, T won.
Right? That's awesome. Alucard, sure you're new.
Whenever we're looking down like this, guys, we're just looking for questions.
Yeah, you tell him, David.
Oh, David Mohan's backing you?
Yeah, he says, Mike, stop bullying Scott.
Oh, just you're such a victim.
Oh.
Are you scrolling past all kinds? What's wrong with you?
Well, there we go. That's good. 231, J.M. Ramiro says, hey, hi, sir. I'm this guy.
I'm 60. You can call me sir.
There we go. I'm currently reading your Security Plus book. I got it from the O'Reilly Library. That's
very good.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good luck in your studies.
Killer on Road. Is it worth getting a Networkplus cert before a CCNA? I think so.
Yes.
The problem is if you go with that ICND1 or whatever the heck it's called, is that...
CCENT? That's their entry level.
Okay, whatever. The problem is you're going to get a very biased attitude of things like DNS and things like that. You know, what is a switch port? You're going to get a very Cisco kind of opinion on these things. I think one of the most powerful things that the Comptia Networkplus does is provides a truly vendor-neutral conceptualization on everything that is a network, at least the core stuff. That it's literally one of the best certifications you can go for. And look, Killer on Road, I don't want it to sound like, because I'm, I've got all these books and everything. I make books and videos because the certification is great, not vice versa.
Right. Yeah, we were teaching how to build and fix computers. Mike was teaching how to build and fix computers for years on the road and wrote training manuals because the stuff that was out there was...
It was crap.
It was not good, as we say, on the politically correct side. So McGraw-Hill, one of their editors, sat in one of Mike's seminars and said, can we turn your training manuals into a book? True story.
Yep, absolutely true.
So thus the all-in-one A+ certification exam guide, first edition, complete with ketboard and other remarkable typos.
Typos that lasted. We had ketboard like for 2 editions.
as opposed to keyboard, Yes, always fun.
How we doing?
I'm just looking at questions. Laura Bryson is here. Oh, it's going to be a great day, all right. Yep. We are. Okay, so 238. David Mohan asks, which is more critical in running multiple virtual machines, RAM or CPU? Or are they equally important?
Well, you have to have both in order for them to run.
Right.
If I was going to upgrade one or the other, I would upgrade RAM before I'd upgrade a CPU. The biggest challenge we run into with virtual machines is that a virtual machine cannot emulate hardware. It can only replicate the hardware that already exists. And you only have a certain amount of hardware. In particular, like for example, your CPU, that CPU has to be shared among all your virtual machines. And you can start slowing down a host machine pretty well by having a lot of VMs running. But RAM is the one thing that you can't really share very well. Because each virtual machine's running in memory somewhere. And so you have to have real RAM to have everything running and stay within the multitasking windows, right? Each one has to have its own pages.
Right.
So I would say RAM is more important.
Yeah. And back to the whether you should get your Netplus before you take on your Cisco certifications. I think Edwin's point at 240 was very valid. Many companies now use Cisco Meraki, which is their
They do.
more consumer-oriented stuff. I think Networkplus is enough. If you start talking about iOS, they just look at you weird.
Which is strange. I mean, it's...
Meraki is not, I misstated that. It is the brand of their interface. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yes. Yeah, you got it right.
So Scott Wolf is here. Hello, 241. Bob, new, man, you're late for the party. It's 2:41. We went live at 2 o'clock. It's always 2 to 3 Central Daylight Savings Time or Central Time, whether it's Daylight Savings Time or not. So from 2 to 3 or until the questions run out, or if we run over, that's fine too. Every Monday and Wednesday for Mike's show. I'm his occasional partner in crime. The Friday show, also at 2 o'clock Central Time, is Dave Rush's Ask Me Anything, or Drama. Get it? Dave Rush, D-R-A-M-A. Catchy, huh? Where Dave specializes in Linux, and specifically using the Raspberry Pi, which is a wonderful system on a chip, fabulous computer for 40 bucks. Seriously, 40 bucks, the whole thing. That you can do all kinds of stuff. It runs a version of Linux, and it's a great tool for teaching what you need to know about how to work practically in Linux for A+, Networkplus, and even Security Plus. So those are the Friday Pi Day or Dramas with Dave Rush. Also on this same Total Seminars channel. Oh, and thank you, Dave. Your timing is perfect at 2:43. Dave, drama this Friday is the history and bang, History and bang commands and operators. You'll have to give me a little more to work with there, Dave.
Don't know what he's saying.
I do not know these things. Bang commands would be like they start with exclamation points? I don't know.
So Scott Wolf asked, I don't see the original one, but around 241, he wants to know the difference between VPN, scroll back down, VNC versus RDP.
That makes much more sense.
Okay, so VNC is a application which also has underneath it its own protocol. They're both remote access software, and they're designed for you to interface and connect to other people's desktops. VNC is designed to work with many different operating systems, and it works very, very well. RDP, a remote desktop protocol, runs on, RDP is not a piece of software. RDP is a protocol that allows popular Windows-based remote access softwares to run. What would Windows, what do you call it? It's just so many different names.
Remote desktop.
Remote desktop, or whatever it might be. So they're different and incompatible protocols. Although I think that there are versions of VNC that can run on top of RDP, I can't think of them quickly.
Okay.
So there are two different ways to do the same thing.
Right. So Bob Noob, 242 had sent you an email. Apparently the Comptia is a little slower than we are on getting stuff done. That's the voucher program that we're giving away here is all from Comptia. So
Bob's like, where's my voucher? When did Bob win that? Last Wednesday?
yeah, the first day we did it.
No.
Yeah, he was first.
No, he wasn't.
He was second.
He was second on last Wednesday.
Right.
Uh,
Right, because he's like, why don't you do a fact-based question?
that's right. I remember
They're
now.
like, oh yeah, now this is why we don't.
So, yes, Bob, I got your email. Yes, Bob, I have forwarded it to Comptia. And no, Bob, I didn't send it until Friday. So, and it's Monday here in the United States. This is a holiday. So, Bob, cool your jets, man. It's coming. It's like, I'm like, Bob is like,
He wants to take his exam.
he's ready to go.
He's ready to go, absolutely. 242, J.M. Ramiro. When I turn on my laptop, it says that my fan is not working. I'm A+ certified. Do you think replacing a fan is something I could do as an A+ certified tech, or is it too risky and I could break the laptop?
It's not too risky. You absolutely can break the laptop.
This
what I
is
mean?
true. This is true.
Your qualifications for A+, while important, are secondary to your skills for organization, keeping track of the 10,000 screws that every laptop pulls out.
Super tiny screws.
Having the right type of screw tool sets. So you can absolutely replace a fan. Most of these fans are extremely stock. I wish you would tell me exactly what make and model it is so we could confirm you can easily get a fan, but you probably can. The laptops are persnickety, and you have to be careful and you have to go slow. Most of the time when I'm working with a laptop, I'm constantly taking pictures, if not even making videos at certain points. Because when I need to start putting this back together, I need to know where everything goes. But most laptops, in particular companies like Dell and Acer, make it very easy to get spare parts. You can get them directly from the manufacturer, and you absolutely can. Do it.
So just for being here, we have specials in our web store at TotalSim.com just for you. Not published anywhere else. It goes away after this live feed goes away. The AMA special deal for this week is 50% off ebook and total tester, that's our practice exams, bundles.
So you remember, I always tell people you have to have practice questions, a book, and videos.
Right.
So we're giving you 2 out of the 3 at half off. Now, folks, I need to stress something. Number one, the Total Seminars products are not only the best books and videos and practice questions out there, but full-blown MSRP retail, we're one of the cheapest. So what we're going to do here is the same products. You get an ebook and the associated practice questions, and that's half off. How do they do this, Scott?
Well, they go to TotalSim.com.
www.totalsim.com.
Pick out a matching
ebook
and total tester, and then at checkout, you type in the code PUMPKIN at checkout, and you'll get 50% off those products. That's good through October 17th at TotalSim.com. This isn't just A+, Net Plus, and Security Plus, by the way. This includes a whole bunch of other products like CYSA Plus, Pentest Plus, and AWS Systems Administration
SAA,
Architect.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, just for you.
Andre
Good for a week.
Andre DeGoyer. Anybody upgraded to Windows 11 yet? Not me. I'm still running it in a VM, but that's about it.
Yeah. Haven't yet. Turns
Matt-
out my machine is thanks to the COVID special, is not surprisingly a couple years out of date and too ancient to run.
At 2:43, Matt was talking to J.M. Romero. If the fan is built into the motherboard, better let an expert do it. My only response, I would disagree with one exception. If the fan is built into the motherboard and it's still under warranty, let an expert do it. But otherwise, it's not a big deal. Fans, chargeback circuits, and almost any port on the side of a laptop where you plug things in a lot, those are the things that tend to go. You should be comfortable popping them.
AV nut. Yeah, no, try cleaning the fan. That's a good, always the first step.
Always a good idea. And Scott Wolf, but essentially do the same thing. He's talking about remote desktop. Yes. Got to be careful here. RDP is a protocol. It's not a piece of software. VNC is a piece of software that comes with its own protocol. There are a number of different Windows. Remember, if you're using remote desktop, it's almost certainly a Windows product. There's more than one thing that runs on top of RDP. But VNC only runs on its own protocols.
Excellent. So at 2:45, Matt asks, is Windows 11 more secure than Windows 10? Or is it better to wait a few months before upgrading?
Well, first of all, this isn't an either or, Matt. Number one, is Windows 11 more secure than Windows? We don't know. They try.
Yeah, we just don't know.
And then, not or is it better? Get rid of or. Is it, scroll back up. Stop. Is it better to wait a few months before upgrading? Always, on all things, without exception.
Nah, just jump in.
Yeah.
Especially if you do it the right way with virtual machines.
Sure, if you put it into, I'm talking about production machines.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, we've all gone VM on this, just because we definitely do not want to put it on our primary machines and then have it break. I super scrolled again.
Watching you is painful, man.
It is painful.
David Bohan, just need the voucher and my Total Sim Prize collection is complete.
Pretty much. He's won it all. Joey Quetzal at 247 asks an interesting question. Should I update my BIOS?
No.
Yes. I upgraded the CPU in my...
You never flash a BIOS without a reason.
Oh, well, okay, your no was a blanket no. My yes was a blanket yes.
I know.
There's something in the middle there.
There is, and that is people who blindly upgrade a system BIOS are asking for trouble. It's a risky maneuver. I'm telling you, 1 out of 20 can turn a motherboard into an ashtray. So you definitely want to avoid that if at all possible. But if there are things in a firmware upgrade that are compelling and you want to do it, then you do it. Just be careful. That's all.
Right. So I have on an older motherboard built a gaming machine for my son actually, and bought the newer version of the motherboard and a great AMD CPU. Everything set up. It was beautiful. It was still an AM4 socket. Like I looked at my slightly older motherboard and said, "Oh, it's an AM4. I'll just buy one of these CPUs on sale for myself too and upgrade that now." Got it in there and I was looking at a dead PC. That's because I needed to do one thing, which was flash the BIOS to support the newer CPU. Once I had done that, after uninstalling the CPU, reinstalling the old CPU, getting everything back up on the internet to download that BIOS patch or update, then repeat the process and it booted up perfectly. So that's a reason for upgrading your BIOS. Now, if you're talking about firmware in general, like on layer 3 switches and Soho routers and that kind of stuff, yes, that's my blanket answer. Those need to be updated right out of the box. And usually they get periodic updates pushed from the manufacturer. So you're updating whether you want to or not. There we go.
Bob Noob, Mike, do you know when I receive the answer from Comptia, will I have to immediately take the exam or can I take it whenever I... Oh, this is Bob. Man, Bob wants his prize.
He does want his prize, but he needs to know when.
You have a year.
Yeah, usually it's a year with the voucher.
You have a year, but don't risk that, Bob. I mean, you should. If you've got a free voucher, you need to get on the stick and get cracking. The beautiful part about people paying for their vouchers is it gets them on the stick. So now here, me giving away a voucher, does that suddenly make it less valuable in Bob's Noob's eyes? Now, Bob, I'm not picking on you. I just always worry about that. And because if people aren't putting money into it, then they don't see value in these things.
Right.
That's my, and again, I'm not picking on you, Bob Noob. You don't have to respond. Yeah, but I believe it's a year.
So at 248 Killer on Road mentions, I've worked on a lot of laptops over the years, and I use a soldering mat with little indented screw organizers built in. Good call. I like that.
I use a piece of duct tape.
I use little plastic cups.
You can't, if you use duct tape, you can put them in the order you pulled them.
Ooh, clever. You're a clever man.
What can I say?
No, really, what can you say?
I can say, by the power of Grayskull. How's that?
I like it in some strange, weird fashion. Yes. People talking about Windows 11. Void T, by the way. Kathy posted right below him. This is well before.
Yes.
And if you send me an email right now, I'll send you your link right now. And Void T's like, I just sent the email. So that's awesome. Nothing like automatic stuff, huh? At 251, San Fofana asks, do you recommend studying for A+ and Networkplus at the same time?
No. Do one at a time.
Yeah, they're vastly different. Networkplus builds on A+ in a lot of ways, so I would tend to do A+ first, unless you already have a bunch of experience in networking.
Yeah, maybe something like that, but and then you're, in that case, you're just pounding practice questions to make sure you know what's going on. Bob Noob, did we already do a voucher question? No, Bob. This Bob, he's just, he wants his stuff.
I tell you what.
We're working on it, man. Void T, duct tape, get out of here. No, that's really duct tape's what I use. I'll roll up a piece of duct tape backwards, put it on my anti-static mat, and okay, just in front of
Yeah, I just scrolled. Again, I keep doing it.
Okay, you're fired.
Yay! Thanks, boss, ex-boss.
Joey, do you have a Discord channel? Yeah, Joey, it's in there, man.
Dave posted the Discord channel at
Joey, just
226?
At 226. Joey, just scroll up through the chat and you'll find the link.
Or I have faith that Dave Rush will post the links to the unofficial Total Seminars Discord channel as I'm speaking. It will happen. So Maven Feliciano, this is a good question. At 2:53, my laptop keeps asking for a BIOS update, but I'm afraid it'll block my Linux usage.
Why would your laptop be asking for a BIOS update?
Maybe it needs it.
Okay, there's probably some utility on the laptop that is saying there is a BIOS update available.
Yeah.
That I'd believe. But to have a laptop that says asking for a BIOS update, maybe you're not giving us the whole story here. That's a great kind of Discord channel kind of thing, though. So you
Absolutely.
Because things get lost in the little bit of linkage here.
Right, and as expected, Dave Rush posted the links to Discord at 2:58. 2:58? What time is it? 2:58.
It's almost 3 o'clock.
It's almost 3 o'clock.
So we need to do another real quick competition, don't we?
What would we do for this competition? What would we give away, Mike?
I want to give away a voucher.
No way.
It's true, I tell you.
Wow. Okay, this could be for the marbles.
All right,
the
guys,
marbles.
let's do another competition. This competition is for a voucher. The voucher we're about to give away works for any Comptia certification. There's a problem with CYSA Plus that we haven't researched yet. It probably works for those two, but I forget what it is.
Right.
So, that's not accurate. That's not accurate. We're disagreeing with things said on a back channel. Don't worry about it, guys. But let's go ahead and have our last competition. What are the rules here? Guys, one of the big things is that I want to see dispersal on this. So if you've won recently, I'm probably going to be a little reticent to let you win again. In fact, I'm going to put the law down on that. If I've seen you win a voucher in the last week, you're out, okay? I want new people. I want new opportunities coming in. And as opportunities present themselves, we'll have more people come in. But basically, I'm not going to let the same 3 people keep winning, okay?
Yeah, of course not.
That's not going to happen. So if you've won a voucher in the last week, you're disqualified from this particular round. Sorry, but I wanted to spread them around, and I want to give everybody opportunities. So with that attitude in mind, I got another question ready. Now, keep in mind, guys, the answer is, it's a multiple choice question. And you do not write down, if you type A, B, C, or D, I ignore your answer. You have to write out the answer at least enough that I understand where you're coming from. We discovered the hard way that if you let people type in A, B, C, and D, we had a bunch of people type in A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D.
Right.
Peter Burston, which vouchers can we pick? This voucher works for any certification. Did I not say that?
We did, but maybe at the beginning.
Okay, I'll repeat it. Peter, these vouchers are good for any Comptia cert. We're a little unsure on CYSA. We're waiting for a response back from Comptia on that. These are international vouchers. They work anywhere in the world. So that's all there is to it. So with that attitude in mind, let's do another competition. You ready, Scoot?
I do.
Let's do this. Ready?
Yep.
All right. This is an A+ question. In File Explorer, you see two files in the same location with the same names, setup. They have different icons. What feature should you disable to better determine the purpose of each one?
You just going dead air?
Well, I'm waiting for them to write in one of those four answers.
Okay. So give us your best shot here.
So come on, folks, let's get some answers in here. Okay, so I think we have a number of winners here, Scott.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so as I look at this, I'm pretty sure the answer is hide extension for known file types. So remember what they're saying here, folks. What feature should you disable? Because right now the extensions for known file types is enabled, so we're going to disable that. And what will happen as a result of that is that we'll be able to see the extensions. Check your answer. Your answer D is correct. So the answer is hide extension for known file types. Hide extension for known file types. Who's the winner? Remember, it's got to be a new one. So sorry, Bob Noob, you won last week, so we're going to move on to the next winner. And the winner is ALU Card. ALU Card is the winner. Hide file extensions. Hans G, you didn't have to type the whole thing out. Like I said, type enough out so I understand where you're trying to go.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
So, ALU Card, you're the winner of today's voucher. ALU Card, in order to receive your voucher, you have to email me, okay? And in that email, ALU Card, you have to put in the following. Here we go. Number one, you have to send an email to me. My email address is michaelm@totalsem.com. ALU Card, please pay attention. Number one, in your email, ALU Card, I want to see the word ALU Card because I'm terrible at remembering people's names versus their YouTube nom de plumes. Poor Tolowit has told me his name 8 times and I can't get it in my brain. All right? So make sure you have, number one, your name that you do in YouTube. Number two, I need to know what exam you want to take. You have to say which exam you want. Number three, you have to give me an email address. Just because you've sent me an email, I'm not going to assume the email address it came from. You have to type out an email address, otherwise we get in trouble. And then the last thing you have to say is, where do you intend to take the exam? I don't care if you live in the middle of Kansas in the United States, somewhere in that email say, I intend to take the exam in the USA, because otherwise we get in trouble. So make sure you provide all those things and send them to me, michaelm@totalsem.com. And congratulations to you. You are the winner of today's voucher.
That's awesome.
Now, guys, do keep in mind that we'll be giving away 3 vouchers a week here. So if you just missed this one, it's not that big deal. Bob Noob, I know I made a rule about being a weekend, but I will create opportunities for those who have already won to win another. In particular, if they can prove to me they're taking A+. That would probably be a clue.
So at 2:57, Andre asks me specifically, fired again? For how long? So far, so good.
Yeah. Peter bursted at 257. So I am sure you asked this before? I didn't. But do you teach Cisco-related certifications? No. I am flipping between your NetPlus as well as the CCNA. I don't know why you'd want to flip between those two. I think Networkplus is a powerful certification that will make your experience on CCNA much better. And I feel that the Networkplus should be an obligatory certification before you start into CCNA. But that's my opinion.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Scott, it's 3 o'clock. It's after 3. How are we doing?
It's after 3. Just kind of scanning to see if there are any questions here that we haven't touched. Dun, dun, dun. I see nothing. It came in late. So a couple of people came in right at the end here, like Steadiest Shark. Awesome. Good to see you. Good luck on your studies. I think we're good. Yeah, okay.
I think we are at the end. Well, guys, thank you so much for showing up. Don't forget about Discord channel. Always a great place to hang out. Lots of great.
What's going on Wednesday and Friday? Or Wednesday?
Oh, that's right, guys. I'm going on vacation to go visit my grandsons. So starting this Wednesday and going until next Wednesday, we're going to be counting on Scott Jernigan. We got Joe Ram, our subject matter expert from Networkplus, coming in on both Wednesdays, right? But next Monday, you're kind of on your own, right?
Dave's going to join me.
And Dave Rush, of course.
Right.
Thank you, Dave, for helping out. Guys, we're still giving everything away. We'll still be giving, you guys will be giving away vouchers each day.
Yep.
We'll be giving away free practice questions. So just because I'm not here, don't go thinking we're not still giving away great stuff, because we are. Absolutely
Awesome.
do that. Also, don't forget that Dave Rush also gives away vouchers on Fridays. And he gets a smaller crowd than me, so if you want to improve your odds, and I'm not going to make Dave can give away vouchers using any rule he wants.
Right.
I'm not going to, just because I make a rule, that doesn't mean Dave has to do the same rule. But in general, that's about it. Okay. Bob Noob at Total Seminars Channel. I asked a question. Okay, well, Bob Noob, you got to type it again there, brother.
Oh, he asked, I will take A+. I'll take it super seriously. When do you recommend I take it? As soon as you're ready. Or even before.
Yeah, Bob Noob, as soon as you're ready.
During the summer or during the school year right now? I think he's in high school?
I think he's a high schooler.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, summer just ended. Don't wait a year to do anything.
Do it over the Christmas break.
Yeah.
I wouldn't delay longer than that. You get a week off you're Canadian, so you don't get Thanksgiving. So Christmas break, yeah. Or holiday break.
Boxing Day. I'm trying to think of
Boxing Day, what?
Here, you ever heard an American sing "O Canada"?
Oh yeah, it's bad.
It's always funny
because we get the
because
first words.
yeah, so it's like if the Toronto Blue Jays came into play or something like that, where they're doing the "O Canada." Here's Americans singing "O Canada." You ready? "O Canada." "O Canada, we stand on guard for thee." That's how Americans. It's probably better than the Canadians singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Right. All I have to say on our final note is go Astros.
Go Stros. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. And until then, this is Mike and Scott saying bye-bye. We'll see you guys later. Be good. Bye.
Take care, friends.